Hey guys, it's Lexi, and I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. So today, December 8th, is actually my 22nd birthday. I thought, I've seen this video done by a couple YouTubers, specifically Some Beans Jess, so I'm not taking any credit for this type of video, but it's called like 22 things on 22. So it talks about 11 things that I've learned and then 11 things that I want to do. So I thought this would be a good video for me to look back on next birthday and just maybe looking back on it a couple years from now. So I thought it would be a kind of a neat thing to do. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So starting out with things I've learned, the first thing is don't stress about things that you cannot change. This is something that I always would stress about all the time, like, oh, like things are out of my hand, like I have no control over it, and I would still be freaked out about it. It would cause me like hours of sleep, and it would just make me really stressed out. And then my parents kind of taught me, like, you can't control it, it's out of your hands, you just need to, like, move on essentially. And I think that's really helpful. I know my sister particularly struggles with this, so I don't know, I think it's really important thing to like develop. Saves you a lot of stress later on. So number 2 is it's okay to be vulnerable. I think this is something I've learned as well. It's okay to let your emotions show and let other people know what you're feeling, because if you bottle everything up inside and you're just like, like this, then it's gonna be like, I don't know, you don't feel good. And I think it benefits you more to just kind of like leave everything out on the table and be like, it's okay to show your emotions. I think that's basically what it is. And yeah, this is something that took me a while to kind of get used to, because I was like, hold everything in, don't let people see that side of you. And now it's just like, it's okay to kind of let people see that side. So number 3 is awesome things will happen to you if you put yourself out there. This is something I've learned specifically this semester, having been on my own for the first time and all that stuff. And just like, I usually would not be involved at all, but now I put myself out there and I've gained very good experiences and memories and made very good friends because of that. And this is something that I wish that I did maybe even in high school or my undergrad. I think it would have a different experience, because it was strictly academic for me, and then now I get more like the academic and personal side to kind of my schooling experience, and that's made a whole difference. So number 4 is anything is possible if you work hard enough and you want it enough. So for me, this one is pretty true, because I didn't decide until the summer before my senior year that I wanted to be in the field that I was in, and I had to put a lot of hard work into it. It seemed impossible at the time, because I had to take biology over the summer, I had to take intro to psych, I then had to take developmental psych, and that fall I was taking 25 credits, and then I also needed to have 50 volunteer hours. So it was very stressful, it was a tedious process, and I was so stressed out for that whole summer, biology in particular and all that, and then 25 credits. Like, you have to put the hard work in and then you will succeed. I think you have to, like, I wanted it so much that I was willing to do all that stuff. So, and it proved out to be very good in the end. So yeah, I'm really happy. Like, that's the thing, like, I think you have to want it enough and you have to put in the effort in order for you to succeed, and that's something I've learned very recently. So number 5 is nothing in life is guaranteed, and I don't want to get too much into it because it is fairly personal, but such things as like jobs or friends and just like school, or things that you think that everyone should have or like stay or have, like all that stuff, like nothing in life is guaranteed and all that. So I don't know, I don't want to get too much into it, so you can think very deep and philosophically about this, so yeah. So number 6 is friends come and go, but family is what stays. And this is something that I've learned, especially because we've moved around so much, that my family has always been my support unit, the ones that I can always go to. Like, friends, come and go, and like you'll be best friends with someone and then you'll kind of fall apart, but your family is what you're kind of stuck with. And I think that's very important. Like my family is my best friends, and I know that no matter what, they will always be there to support me and help me and all that. So I think that's the biggest thing, because I don't know, I think just for me at least, family is what sticks with me. So number 7 also kind of goes along with number 6, and it is making friends is also important. I didn't have very many friends in high school and middle school. It was a really tough time actually. Like I didn't have any friends, and then I made a couple really good friends during my undergrad, and then especially right now in my graduate level courses, like I've made a lot of friends, and like that's something I've never had, and I think it also helps kind of make your experience better. I think like you don't need to be friends with everyone, but just having few friends that you can rely on, I think, is really important. I know for me in particular, especially because my family isn't here, I've had to rely on them, especially with my whole knee thing going on. Like I need help. Like I can't really drive that well, or especially in the beginning. Like I'm going to be having surgery probably at the end of February because I did tear my ACL, so I'm going to be having to rely on them. And if I didn't make friends, like that would have been very hard, and more people, like everyone is just offering their support and help, and that wouldn't have been the case if I just kind of stuck my nose up and be like, I don't want to be friends with any of you guys. So friends, like family is important, but also having friends as well is something that I've learned, you know, within the past several months. So number 8 is don't be afraid to put yourself out there. I never did anything during my undergrad. Like I think we went to a soccer game once, and then that was it. I never really kind of put myself out there to do things or try new things. And then this time around for my undergrad, you know, I've been to, like, we had Friendsgiving and we had a Halloween party. We're doing an ugly Christmas sweater party, and I played oozball and I did volleyball for 10 minutes, and then I tore my ACL. But I've had so many great experiences with that I would not have, like if I didn't put myself out there to try new things, then I wouldn't have had those experiences and memories and had these friendships. So number 9 is say what you want to say, because you never know if you'll get that chance to say it again and let that someone know how you feel. So I don't know how to really kind of say this, but if it's like, if you didn't say like I love you or how much you mean to someone, and that someone could like pass away. I know that in particular, like when my grandma died, like I didn't know that she was gonna die. I did say I love you, but like and all that stuff, but it's like, what if I didn't say that? Like what if I didn't tell her how I love you? Or, you know, I always would banter with her and all that. So like if I kind of didn't kept everything to myself, then I would have been living with like kind of the regret of that. So that's probably another thing too. Just if it's even something as simple as like I love you, or just like a compliment, just you don't want to live with regrets, and I think you need to say and like speak now and just let someone know how you feel. Not like hurting their feelings, but if it's something nice and all that, because I don't know, it just makes everything better in the end. Number 10 is it's okay not to like everything that everyone else likes. So I know for me, like you always feel pressure, especially like when you're younger, to like everything that everyone else likes, and I never kind of went down that road. Like I know everyone loved Twilight, and I was like, this is stupid. So like that might alienate you, but like it make you different. But what makes you different is, I think, better than being like everyone else and being independent and being your own person. So yeah, I think don't go with the crowd is what this one's saying. So yeah. And then number 11 is sometimes you're wrong. And I think this one's a good thing to know, because like if you think you're right all the time and like all this stuff, like I think you need to like take a step back and go outside yourself and realize that, you know, sometimes you're wrong. Like you're not perfect all the time, like, and all that, like you're human. And I think this is something really important that I've learned. Like it's okay to be wrong and you're not right all the time. So moving on to things I want to do, the first thing that I want to do is to watch less TV. I know in particular, if I'm like really tired, like I'll just sit and like binge watch something on Netflix, or just sit there and have like a movie day where I just sit and watch movies all day. So yeah, that part is, it is hard, I think. Like you just get used to a routine and you're a couch potato, and like you're tired, you don't want to do anything. So I think I want to watch less TV and kind of do other things, like maybe, you know, color, or do my like bullet journal, or I don't know, read. So this kind of ties in with number 2, which is read more. I do read a lot, but like I said, like if I'm tired or if I don't want to do anything, I'll just go and watch like Netflix or a movie. So I kind of want to read more and kind of associate with relaxing with reading as well. So that's number 2. So number 3 is to continue being involved at school. This is something that I worked really hard on this past semester, and it's something I want to continue on within my next year. I know it'll be hard because I can't really do the sports now because of my whole knee thing, but going to plays, like participating, like going to our little get-togethers and all that, continue doing that. And I don't know, I've really enjoyed it. It's like, for some people it's like they hate the idea of going to the gym, but once they're there they really enjoy it. It's kind of like that, but you know, that's my analogy. So number 4 is I want to travel more. I feel like I live, not really like go like to Europe or just explore new places, I think this one is. So like I live in like a bubble and I like to stay in that bubble, and I think sometimes I need to go outside and just kind of explore. Maybe if it's just a trip to a cute town that's like an hour away for like an afternoon or on the weekends, I think I need to kind of explore more because I just stay inside my comfort zone and I like to stay in there and I don't like going out. So number 5 is try not to be quiet all the time. I'm a pretty quiet person. I don't talk a lot. And I kind of want to, like, if people will talk to me, I'll talk back, but I'm not one to initiate conversations. So I think, and I'm awkward about it, so I think I want to be able to kind of learn, like, be able to do that and just kind of put myself out there, I guess, and just be more social. Even though I'm still quiet and reserved. I want to kind of step outside that sometimes. So number 6 is something that I've been working on this past year, and it is being better at saving my money. I've been actually really good at this. I've been on such a tight budget recently, so I've been really good at this, but I also kind of taking part of my paycheck and putting it into a savings account that I can use later on to pay off like my student loans and all that. So I don't know, I kind of want to get better at that. I've been good at spending though. So this kind of ties in with number 7, which is spend less on things that I want. So if you've noticed, I haven't had a lot of hauls recently. I'm going to have one coming up on Tuesday. This is like stuff that I pre-ordered, and I've had like an Amazon gift card that I put towards that. So I've been good. Like I haven't been spending a lot of money on just like, sometimes it's okay, like maybe I want to go to the movies and I haven't gone in a few months, or that, like just spending more on what I need rather than what I want. And number 8 kind of ties in with my school, and as I want to have a really good experience with my clinical rotation. So in the summer we have to work at 3 different like hospitals or private practices, and I just want to take the most out of that experience. I want to do a hospital setting, I want to do pediatric, and then one that's like a private practice to get kind of a gist of both. I know my focus wants to be on pediatrics, but I think I want to be exposed to all the different types so I can get the most experience out of these rotations. So number 9 is something that I when we were moving my stuff in here, my brother and sister are like, geez, I hope you don't die first because we're gonna be stuck with all your stuff. And I was like, I do have a lot of stuff. So number 9 is working harder at giving away things I don't want or use. And this is something like once I go home for the summer, I kind of want to go through my things and just kind of declutter and just get rid of the things that I don't use anymore or I never liked that. So just kind of downsize a bit. I kind of want to downsize and just have less possessions. So number 10 is to finish out my first year of grad school on a very good note. I've done really well this semester. I just want to keep this up and all that stuff, and it means so much to me, even though it's really hard at times, and sometimes it's just like, why did I choose this? But I don't know, I think I've been doing well and I just want to keep that up. And lastly, number 11 is live in the moment. And I think this is something I spend so much time worrying about like the future and like different things that it takes away from my experience now. And I just want to enjoy that, whether it's being like at home at Christmas or just going home to visit my family and all that and just kind of enjoying it. So yeah, I think live in the moment. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different than kind of like books and movies and tea and music that I usually talk about. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think. What are some things you want to improve? Like this could be like goals in the new year, or if your birthday's in December, then you know, rock on. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.